It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Monday, September 8th. I'm your host, Donna Bowling. Straight from my workout gear with my hair up in a high, messy bun. Feeling Monday. How are you guys doing? How is everyone doing today? We have a full show, such a full show. I can't even tell you. So much to cover today. Wow. Tons of stuff going on. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone had a lovely weekend, hopefully with your families or your friends or your dogs. I spent such a good time with my little new puppy, my little Wrigley baby, and of course my other dogs, my little Murphy and my Frankie. I got my old one, I got my little teenager, and then I got my little baby. And then of course, I spent it with my two boys. Lots of pool time, lots of hiking, lots of just hanging out around the house, ordering in sushi. Got to show my husband Unknown Number on Netflix. So much to talk about. I'll show you guys everything. We will talk about all of that and more. We've got big stories today. We're talking Kelley Wolf. I got some insider information that I will share with all of you guys. Also, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are playing nice. Or are they? The real Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds please stand up? Because we all know. Yeah, we know. Is Britney okay? Guys, serious question. Is Britney Spears okay? I'm not trying to be like rude. I'm seriously questioning. Is Britney Spears okay? Paula Deen comes out of hiding. I am so fascinated by this story, and we got to talk about it. A couple other things on my notes if we can get to it. Coldplay CEO, the woman involved in that controversy, filed for divorce. I want to talk about so much. So let's see how much we can get to today because I've got a lot to talk about today. So everyone, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit like. I want to make sure that these like numbers go flying up. Okay, like the temperature outside. Everyone, get ready, get going, get your arms ready for the sprinkler. It's your daily dose of Donna. Look at Nancy's comment. She goes, I just watched Dosers live and I loved it, Donna. You're the best. Yes, for those of you that don't know, my live show, Dosers Live, is live on Patreon. So if you guys didn't get a chance to see my live show, Dosers Live, here in Los Angeles on August 23rd, if you weren't one of those amazing dosers that got to hug and meet me and my son and my mom and all of my friends in person, you can watch it on Patreon. And it's so cool that it's there. It is part of the lower tier on Patreon. I thought about making it part of the upper tier, but then I said, why? Why do I want to say why? Try Bud Dry. Isn't that like a commercial? Why ask why? Try Bud Dry. Make sure to go on over to Patreon, sign up. You can listen to all my old episodes, and then of course head on over and watch the entire show with Miguel Luciano. That is my favorite Ramona Singer impressionist. I'm going out to dinner with him tomorrow night. Zach Peter, my lover, my gay lover. And then of course, who else? Molly Dare, who just sent me a text. So that distracted me. And then Chef Stuart O'Keefe, and all of you guys. Look at all of you in the comments saying that you're working out right now. Mermaid is asking, who's working out right now? Naked Nutrition, watching at the gym. Alicia V says, just finished my leg session. Oh my God, you guys. I worked out this morning. Who's pumping weights? It's all about the weights, baby. This is so funny. I was at my gym this morning. And my trainer, I was parking and my trainer drove in, parked right next to me. And she's like, I'm listening to you. And she rolled down her window and she's like, it's you. And it was when I was, making fun of Blake Lively. Shocker. Whoops. I said, which time? Which time was I making fun of Blake Lively? I can't keep it straight. I can't keep it straight. Sorry. I should be like, Bethany, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm going to start with some smaller stories today. The Coldplay CEO. Let's get into it. The Coldplay CEO. You guys, this is a story that, took the world, the internet, the life by storm. Of course, this is the woman that was caught on the Coldplay kiss cam. You remember? She was caught in that moment, that gorgeous moment when they were cuddling, that awkward, like, ah! And then they hid and jumped. Her name is Kristen Cabot, 52 years old. And Andrew Cabot was her husband. Very, very, very successful bourbon guy. But she was under Andy Byron's spell, her boss. And sure enough, they were exposed on the internet in 5 seconds because the internet sleuths, the mommy sleuths, we have it all. We know how to do it, right? And it was over before the time that they woke up in the morning, right? Everyone found out. And sure enough, everyone's basically done. So Kristen Cabot has filed the petition. She has officially filed for divorce. I'll show you a little picky pick of the happy family that once was. Thank God the kids' faces are blurred, but this was a few years ago. This is Kristen Cabot and her blindsided Andrew, husband Andrew, and their children. And this is Andy Byron and his blindsided wife. We assume that they were all blindsided and they didn't know about this. And, Andrew Cabot, this guy, I guess she only likes men with the name that starts with Andrew or Andy or something along those lines. So Andrew, Andy, I don't know. But yes, Andrew's ex-wife, because Andrew's ex-wife is saying that like this was supposed to, this is karma because he's kind of a jerk anyway. So look, apparently they were separated. It wasn't really great anyway. And this was supposed to happen. But I guess if you like bourbon and if you want to get together with a rum guy, not bourbon, rum, this guy could be yours. I don't know. So just saying, if you're in that area, I wonder if a divorce is supposed to be on the docket, like if you're supposed to get divorced, I wonder, I always think about this, like sliding doors, had they not been caught at the Coldplay concert, where would they be right now? Still pretending all is good, married for 10 more years. Maybe the affair would have dwindled. But meanwhile, they both got ousted from their jobs, probably both getting both getting divorced. I wonder if they're going to end up together. We'll have to see. Watch what happens. Does anyone really care? I don't. The best comment about Unknown Number on Netflix, by the way, and I'm done about saying spoiler alert, because if you don't know about that Unknown Number Netflix documentary yet, this is the documentary about the catfishing in the high school where the craziest mom in the world, Kendra Licari, she was the one that was catfishing and like cyber stalking and sexually harassing her daughter. I laugh when I'm saying this because it's psychotic. She was sexually harassing and cyber stalking her own daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. I still think she was in love with Owen. That's what I think was going on. But if you don't know about that documentary by now, then like, I don't know, wake up. I can't, I don't know where have you been like off the grid? Are you eat, pray, loving around Brazil or something? I don't know where you have been. But I did show the movie finally to Lance. If you watched on my Instagram, I posted Lance's reaction. Sadly, I don't think that Lance had as strong of a reaction as I would want him to. I think our dog Murphy had a stronger reaction than Lance. I'll let you guys watch. This is on my Instagram. It's at This Is Donna Bowling. You guys can follow me there.
Those phone numbers typed to this IP address.
What about adults? What about, whoever? So we just dumped contacts.
And then I found one phone number that kept coming up, being connected to that IP address at the time these messages were sent.
And this is where they find out.
And the phone number was Lauren's mom, Kendra.
There's Murphy the dog.
What? She was sending it to her own daughter.
Say,
Brad got back.
We ended up pausing the documentary. I was like, what are your thoughts? He was like, I need to talk about this. I asked him right before they revealed it. I said, who do you think it is out of all these people? He goes, I don't think they've shown it yet. I don't think they've shown the person who's doing it. He thought they were not revealing anyone yet in the interviews. He was completely shocked. But I was like walking, I used to think maybe you love me. I feel literally like I'm walking on sunshine. No matter what my kids say to me, like, Mom, I hate you. I'm like, I'm not Kendra Lakari. Whatever you say to me, I'm not Kendra Lakari. My kids haven't even seen the documentary. I'm like, I'm not Kendra. They go, who the hell is Kendra? I'm like, exactly. Whatever you say, I'm not Kendra Lakari. Okay? You could have Kendra Lakari as a mom. I'm going to get a t-shirt that says, I'm not Kendra Lakari. All right? Also, Enrique, why do all the gay men love Lance? The gay men love Lance. I took Lance once to a gay bar. I took him to High Top, which is a gay bar in West Hollywood. And let me tell you, I had to fight those men off. Fight those men off him. Does he have a gay vibe? Is there something I need to know about him? Now, I will say really fast about Kendra Lakari. Claudia Oshry from The Toast, she posted something on her Instagram stories. It was a text message between her and her sister, who's also a co-host of The Toast. That's hard to say, co-host of The Toast, where she was texting her sister. And she said, like, she told Jackie, her co-host, to say, go and watch it. And when her sister Jackie found out that it was Kendra, she said, I should have known. She had the worst tech neck. Like, if you know who Kendra Lakari looks like, hold on, I've got to show you. I laughed so hard because Kendra Lakari really does look, if you see pictures of her, when they have her like texting, just sitting there kind of like in the dark. I don't know how they had her do all these re-dramatizations of her texting in the dark, but she really does look so like she just sits there all day long, all night long, texting in the dark. She does look like she has major tech neck. Here's a picture of her texting at night. And I can't believe we didn't pick this up. She was texting all night long. You know, she's 100% right now. Kendra Lakari is right now on Reddit. She's probably on the Kelley Wolf Reddit. Don't you think? I think that Kendra Lakari is, I don't know. Who do you think is worse online? Kendra Lakari or Without a Crystal Ball to the other creators that are covering Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? That's what I'm wondering. That may be too inside baseball, but when you go after people like Ashley Brianna Eve, my girl, my farmer girl, who just reports on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds from a PR and marketing standpoint and plays with her chickens and gardens, you're coming after me. You've come after all my friends and you've come after me. And I can't handle it anymore. Broken crystal ball. It means war. I'm done with it. Done with it. Okay, that was too inside baseball. A lot of people that are here probably just for Kelley Wolf are probably like, wait, what? Who? Who has a crystal ball? Are we talking about psychics? No, the crystal ball's broken. Don't worry, it's just a broken crystal ball. I love Ashley Brianna Eve. Someone tell her that I'm talking about Ashley in a positive way. I love Ashley so much. Yes, exactly. We ride at dawn. We ride at dawn for Abe. Okay, let's get into some of the other stories. She went for Ashley after Zach and Andy. Okay, who has she gone after in the Blake Lively drama? She's gone after Zach. She's gone after Andy. She's gone after me. She's gone after now Ashley. Yeah, I mean, she's gone after everyone. Okay, next. Who hasn't she gone after? Okay, let's talk about the next story. Let's get into the Kelley Wolf of it all. Let's just do it, right? We got to get into it, okay? Kelley Wolf, but first, this episode of Daily Dose of Donna is brought to you by Wayfair, okay? The weather is cooling down and the days are getting shorter, which makes me want to make my space even cozier. And Wayfair is the place that I go to because, as your trusted destination for all things home, Wayfair has everything you need to cozify your space this fall, from comfy recliners to warm bedding and autumn decor. Wayfair even has, get this, you guys, and guess what? I need more espresso every day of my life. So they even have espresso makers so you can make that latte at home. You know, the one. Why Wayfair is the ideal place to cozify. They have so much of a selection. It's curated by style. There's options for every budget, price point, unique finds that reflect your style, and easy and free shipping. I love the fall, by the way. You know I'm a summer girl. You guys know that I love being outside. I love the sun, but there's something about the fall vibe. Like the second I see a pumpkin, I get all excited. You know what I mean? The second I see a pumpkin, I just want to get like a glass of red wine. I want to smell cinnamon. I want to eat some sort of bready product. I don't know. I just want to put on a sweater and watch Hocus Pocus. And you can't do that unless you have like good quality throw blankets on you, a cute pillow, something yummy. And that, oh my God, I'm Blake Lively. And that is where Wayfair comes in. So make sure to check out Wayfair. There's something for every style in every home, no matter your space and budget. Cozify your space with Wayfair's curated collection of easy, affordable fall updates, from comfy recliners to cozy bedding and autumn decor. Find it all for less at wayfair.com. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Okay, so let's get into this Kelley Wolf story. And I will tell you, unfortunately and sadly, I have some insider information that a lot of you guys are probably going to not be very happy to hear about this. Okay. So over the weekend, where was the last that I spoke about this? Over the weekend, I did speak about, well, the last I spoke about Kelley was when Kate Casey was on my show. Kate Casey had a personal relationship with Kelley, has a personal relationship with Kelley. Just from being a podcaster, Kelley Wolf has been on Kate's show before, and they have, a connection. And Kate spoke from her personal relationship with her. And, I listened, I heard what she had to say about it. I don't necessarily agree with a lot, everything that Kate had to say about everything, but I'm very, very glad that she had her take on it all. Kate is a very sensitive person and a very empathetic and kind person when it comes to anything when involving mental health and all of this. Since then, there was an article that came out I believe it was Thursday afternoon, that talked about their court hearing. And the court hearing stated that Kelley Wolf said, and I did an Instagram reel about this, that Kelley Wolf did a she went to court. I believe this was on September 2nd or 3rd or whatever, where she went to court and she said, I am entering treatment. I will enter treatment. This is a place that I am looking forward to. I want to go to. I am excited about going to. I've spoken about this place many times. And I spoke about this on Instagram. I created a reel about this. There's a reason I'm saying this. It's important for the story. Okay. I was very clear when I made the reel. I covered just the People article. People has been very on top of the Kelley Wolf story. And so that's how I spoke about it. Next. I have heard, and I wasn't sharing this in any way. I wasn't sharing this on my show because I'm trying as hard as I can to report on this story in a sensitive manner, right? I'm trying to keep it as sensitive as possible. But at the same time, I have been aware that there's these alt accounts. Well, there's apparently a few different ones, but I think there's truly just one alt account that is being used that Kelley has been posting from. And it was being used. And the reason why I know that it's her, I wasn't sure if it was her at first. It was in my comment section on a few different reels. And she was ordered not to use Instagram. But then she started commenting in my comment section. And people were speaking about it and kind of like questioning it on the Reddit pages and everything. And they were saying, is this Kelley? Is this not? About a few different accounts. But this one specific account she was using was confirmed to be her because she posted, and this is a public account, okay? She posted a video of her car with her voice of her moving her stuff out of her Airbnb into her car. So this was not like a fake account. This was absolutely a Kelley Wolf account during this time that she was not supposed to be using social media. I wasn't telling anyone who this account was. I think people that are in the know and are following the story did know what was happening, but I wasn't sharing this publicly. I want to say, what day is it today? It's Monday. So on Friday, I get a text message from my friend and it's like alert sign. And she said, Kelley is posting about you, Donna, on her Instagram stories on this alt account. And sure enough, I have a notification. I don't have my like Instagram notifications on, but I have my Instagram notifications on. I mean, I turn on Instagram and I see that I'm mentioned. My Instagram reel is mentioned in a story. And sure enough, it's on this Instagram account that is Kelley's alt account. And she is mentioning my Instagram reel in a way that is not, well, okay, I should say this. We know that it's her because she's already posted a reel on this account with her voice, with her name. Then that day that she mentioned me, she posted a picture from this account with her infamous bag. And if you've been following the Kelley Wolf story and the saga, you know this bag. It says, shut the fuck up on it. It's like a very famous Kelley Wolf bag. And if you see this bag, it's in the story. It's today's date. It's a newspaper. So we know that it's Kelley Wolf posting from this Instagram account in the story. And then the next story is an Instagram story and I'll see if I have a screenshot of it. I'm like a little bit nervous to show you if I can avoid showing you the actual account name, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that right now. But anyway, so she shows, so the first, okay, I'm just going to have to probably just show you everything because, and you guys can just see it, whatever. At this point, who am I protecting at this point? Because her son even follows it. So, I mean, it's out there. Okay. So this is the first story that she shows. This was on Friday. So if you see this, you recognize the bag. The bag is there. And this is this is a newspaper from that day. So you know it's a current picture. It's not like an old picture that's reposted. And then minutes later from that same account, knowing that it's her, she posts this. And this is why I'm telling you this. She posts my reel with this message. And it says, Donna Bowling, it's important to always do your homework when kids are involved. It says, and then the wording, and this is the tough part. It says, I am a longtime client of Kelley for a decade, and she has been wanting to go to the best treatment of trauma and PTSD in the world for many months for self-care, and now what has become something very painful. I know she hopes the world can see that a mother deserves respect, and doing some basic research of her stellar reputation will be seen as people stop their bullying of any human who simply asked for love and peace, honor her, and look up for truth. Okay. So the reason I think that this is a little confusing is because just 2 minutes before this story, she was posting as herself. And then 2 minutes later, she's posting as a client of hers. This is clearly under her same account. So it's coming off a little bit erratic, obviously. That's just my take on it. If you go back and watch this reel that I posted, it is not coming off condescending or rude or anything. It's coming off as saying this is a good thing. She should go to treatment. This is a positive thing. I'm very happy for her. I hope this is real. She should go for the kids, for everything. So I don't know exactly what she's saying. It's important to do your homework. I'm just going off the People magazine article. Okay. Now, Saturday, I'm driving, or yesterday, I'm driving to my kids' school, baseball, and I see this article that says Kelley Wolf is in rehab. It's confirmed that Kelley Wolf has gone to rehab. And People magazine can confirm it. And People magazine, like I said, is very, very on top of this story. I don't know who their sources. I don't know who they're talking to, but they are very on top of this story. And that makes me very happy when I saw that. I truly was like, that is awesome. People.com can confirm it. And I'll even show you the article. So I immediately post that she is in rehab. And I'm like, this is great. Obviously, we want Kelley Wolf to go to rehab. I think this is the best thing she can do. Kelley Wolf enters rehab as she faces 3 charges amid her divorce from Scott Wolf. It says multiple people tell sources that she is currently seeking treatment. Okay, this was yesterday. And as you know, like there's been a lot of alcohol being consumed. God knows what else. The behavior has been a little all over the place. I think it's good for her if she does go to treatment. Everything's great. It says Kelley entering rehab takes place less than 2 weeks after she was arrested and taken to jail. Amazing. All is good. Great. Done. Okay. But then this morning, that same account that I was just showing you last night, at 5:30 this morning, LA time, I wake up to text messages from people saying, uh-oh, that account is posting still. And it's posting live right now, not going on Instagram Live, but it's posting just this morning and doesn't look like this account is in rehab. And it's from that same account. And it's a picture of Kelley with someone else. And it looks, if you like zoomed in, it looks like they're on some sort of a plane. And the picture here, it's really hard to see, but in the writing on the top, it says, "I'm mad now and Brad Pitt. I am mad now and Brad Pitt. WTF, bro. Call me. I'm bored." And on the bottom, it says, "Hey, if you are media or anyone who wants to hear about a new show idea, I have, email me, theslutofpc@gmail.com. Love y'all, Kelley." And this was, I took the screenshot at 5:10 a.m. and it was 32 minutes ago. So it was at 4:30 a.m. Pacific time. So whatever that is in Utah, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. Oh my God, Billy. Weird. So that obviously doesn't feel like she's currently in rehab, because usually, as far as I know, unless you're Jax Taylor, is that you don't have your phone and you're not accessing Instagram stories at rehab, especially on day one. That doesn't feel like the right approach, in my opinion. I don't know. I have not seen rehabs that often. From an insider, I've only watched it like on TV, and I've sent my dad to one once, but that was before Instagram stories. So I don't know how that works. Okay. So I do have insider information. I can't obviously share my source. Unfortunately, Kelley Wolf was taken to treatment, not involuntary. And she left within 24 hours. And this is from my source. And she is currently at a hotel, staying at a hotel. She's not in treatment. I can tell you that very, very clearly. Oh my gosh, look who's here. My girl, Ashley. She's not in treatment. So apparently her brother flew her to this one location. I would tell you where it is. I know exactly the place it is. It's very, very nice. It's very expensive. The place that she went to costs between $40,000 to $100,000 a month. It's in Arizona. It's incredibly expensive. It looks phenomenal. Take me there. It treats addiction. It treats mood behavior disorders. It treats depression. It treats trauma. It treats PTSD. It treats everything. It looks incredible. Her brother apparently flew with her to take her, and she checked herself out within 24 hours, is what I hear. And now she's on a mission to get her kids. This is what I'm hearing. And she's staying in a hotel. I don't know what you do with that. I don't know what you do with that. What do you do? What do you do when you have your brother literally flying you somewhere and taking you and dropping you off at the best money can buy at a beautiful, gorgeous, perfect place that can do all the things for you? It's so sad. And it's so upsetting, just like as someone that is. Anyway, that's all I can tell you. I have more information, but I don't want to give you more because it's not fair for the person who, until they give me the go ahead, I don't want to give more. Anyway, that's all I can tell you there, unfortunately. Sorry, People Magazine. There's your exclusive. Okay, next. So let's move on. I'm wishing and praying for that family though. Still, this is coming from a place of like a caring place. And I hope Scott Wolf, I'm sure he knows. He's got to know. I am so sad for them. Truly so sad for them. But they must know. She's posting on the account that I think her son is following. So they've got to know. All right. Let's move on to the next story. It's really devastating because I think everyone was hopeful yesterday. Okay. Trying to do timestamps for you guys. Let's move on to the next story about Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively playing nice. You guys, Ryan Reynolds is on my last effing nerve. Not only were you an asshole to a kid on the red carpet at TIFF, then you were like hanging out and making sexual jokes to a dog, but you were a jerk to Eugene Levy. We don't need people like Ryan Reynolds in this world anymore, okay? I don't mean that in like a violent way. I just mean like on our screens, on our pages of our newspapers or our magazines or paparazzi, like, ew, done. Like, I can't. I'm so over his shtick. God, I can't stand him. I can't stand Ryan Reynolds. He does something to me. He makes me like, I'm allergic to him. He really irks me in a really annoyed way. Does anyone else feel that way about him? Like, ooh, ugh. Okay, let's get into the story. So according to OK Magazine, which I mean, I don't know how like legit it is, but apparently Ryan Reynolds scolded and cursed at Eugene Levy during a heated exchange on the red carpet at TIFF, claims a lip reader. Okay, I don't know if it's real. I don't know. But one of my friends this is not what I wanted to share. One of my friends who is an incredible agent, a huge agent, sent this to me. And she goes, I saw this article and I thought of you. And I'm like, you're my source. I'm taking this and I'm running to the bank with it. Okay, girl. So Ryan Reynolds scolded and cursed at Eugene Levy during a heated exchange. It says he looked noticeably agitated. How can you look noticeably agitated while speaking to America's sweetheart father? Let me just ask you that. How? Just looking at Eugene makes me want to like smile. Lip reader Nicola Hickling noted that at the start of the clip, where Reynolds' jaw looks tight, he tells the Schitt's Creek alum, bullshit man. And Eugene says, language, you don't need to speak so harsh. Is that a good Eugene voice? Language, you don't need to speak so harsh. Please don't ever tell me how I can talk to people, the father of four retorted. Levy looked, is it Levy or Levy? Levy looked uneasy as Reynolds said something to a woman nearby before telling Levy, I'm done here. We're done. Let's see if we can find the actual clip. Hold on. Well, that's not it. Hold on. This is the actual clip. I'm telling you, he's such a joke. Like, I can't wait for him to be the joke of the industry. And everyone in the industry knows it. And that's the truth. Okay. And honestly, I'm going to start walking around with signs. Justice for Eugene Levy. All right. If they're not going to do it for Justin Baldoni, justice for Eugene. All right. I'm sorry. This is my cause now. I'm standing by Eugene. Justice for Eugene. I'm going to start walking like around Hollywood. Justice for Eugene. Justice for Eugene. Like, enough. You're going after Justin. You're going after a kid, and you're going after Eugene. What's next? What's next? Jennifer Coolidge? What's next, Ryan? Can't. New Donna merch. No one's going to understand. They're going to be like, who the hell is Eugene? But it's just a picture of Eugene's glasses. That's it. Or like his eyebrows. That's what it would be. Oh my God. Well, he's already gone after puppies. Justice for Eugene and the puppies. What's next? Strawberry fucking shortcake? Damn. So obviously we're not a fan of Ryan Reynolds. We know that. Blake Lively secretly is not a fan of Ryan Reynolds, but they have to pretend for the charade, right? Ryan hates Blake. In my dreams and my brain, Ryan hates Blake because Blake is not Hugh Jackman. But anyway, I digress. Ryan hates Blake, but Blake needs to hold on to this relationship, right? She needs to hold on to this relationship. She needs to be like, we are so in love. And so that is what's like, keeping them together. But before I get into that, I just want to remind you guys that Rob Shooter is this entertainment, he's like an entertainment reporter, and he's been around for a long time, and he has a Substack. He likes to write about, all kinds of celebrity stuff. And in his Substack, he wrote this week, he said, Blake Lively's lawsuit has changed Ryan Reynolds. No longer Mr. Nice Guy. Ryan Reynolds has always been Hollywood's charming prankster, the cool dad with the one-liners, but insiders whisper that his persona has cracked. He's angry. He's frustrated. He's not the same Ryan, one source tells Shooter. The shift began after wife Blake Lively filed her explosive lawsuit against Baldoni. The lawsuit flipped a switch. He's furious at Baldoni, furious at the press, and it's bleeding into everything he does. The change was glaring when Reynolds snapped at a child reporter, sparking backlash online. That's not the Ryan people used to adore, sighs a festival insider. He's carrying the weight of Blake's battle. Did they just fat shame? He's carrying the weight of Blake? Whoa. I felt a little fat shamey, huh? Carrying the weight of Blake's battle. Behind the scenes, his easy humor has been replaced by sharp edges. He's more defensive and less approachable. It's like the lightness is gone. Whether temporary or permanent, Hollywood's funniest charmer isn't laughing these days. No one's laughing at him either. Not funny. So for sure, yeah. Kenny says he's going to get a subpoena. Rob Shooter, I'd watch your emails. Subpoena coming your way. Now, meanwhile, Blake is doing her sweet thing in, Blake Brown, all in brown, top to bottom. I don't know if she has like a skin condition or something, God forbid, because she was dressed like, I mean, I'm a Jew, but she was dressed like an Orthodox woman scared to show her skin at temple in that outfit. I mean, it was wild, but I was not a fan of her outfit when she was out, doing her glossy pop or whatever thing with the fake fans. I don't even need to get into that. But instead, because Ryan Reynolds will not show her any love publicly, she has to show his love for her in her stories. And the way she did that was post a picture that allegedly he took of her on a boat on her Instagram stories. Now, we don't know if this is real or not, in the sense of, was this picture taken this year or 8 years ago? My spidey sense says this picture was not taken this year. Am I crazy or not? I mean, I'm sure it was, but did he take it? Did Van City Reynolds really take this picture? But of course she has to say he did. And she just is suing this young girl, Beauty by Blake, this 27-year-old girl. But now she has to shout out all of these women influencers. I love this bathing suit and this jewelry. And they're all started by women. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Teresa, love, love, love. I love women. Love, 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 she says. Oh, I'm not even showing you guys. I'm just talking to myself. There you go. Love, love, love. Love, love. Do you think Ryan Reynolds really took that picture, you guys? I want a show of hands in the comments. Who took that picture? That's a girl took that picture. Because if Ryan Reynolds took that picture, he would find a way to put himself in it. You know? That's what I think. So Blake Lively is pretending all is good. No problem. No problem that my husband, my very public husband, did not post about me on my birthday, on the 1 year that every single person is watching us. Not a problem for me whatsoever, she says. All good. No way. Yeah, Ryan wouldn't take a good pic of her. She looks too good. Ryan always takes awful pictures of her. Exactly. What's going on with her feet in the picture? Listen, I'm not body shaming, but you did. That's okay. I'm just reading your comments. I thought the same thing. I'm not doing it. You're doing it. What'd they say? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I'll just stay here quiet all day. We all know. Listen, we all have a gut feeling when people are not doing good in their relationships. Like it's in our gut, okay? It's in our gut. Now, meanwhile, let's move on to another story. I'm gonna just wonder, like, why I have justice for Eugene on my desk. Chantel says, "Hey Donna, they were in Muskoka within the last 2 weeks at a drive-through movie here in Ontario, but she wasn't seen on camera there either. But this photo is Muskoka vibes. Muskoka vibes. Why didn't she take a picture of herself with her family at the drive-through? And I want to know why wouldn't they take more family pics at the lake? Why is it just a picture of her at the lake? Why wouldn't they do like a little selfie, a cute little selfie of the two of them at the lake? That's what you do when you're with your husband at the lake. It's not just a picture of you. Please. Justice for Eugene. God damn it, justice for Eugene. That's this episode. If I thought that you guys would actually listen to this episode, I would just call this episode Justice for Eugene. But unfortunately, people would just scroll right past. They'd be like, I don't know about a true crime story about a Eugene. So I'm not watching or listening to Daily Dose of Donna today because I'm not interested in a random case about a Eugene. What, Eugene, Oregon? What are we talking about? Eugene who? Justice for Eugene for life. Okay, let's move on. Can we talk about Britney Spears? I'm going to be very, very kind as I possibly can be when I say that Britney is not okay, in my opinion. Okay? Britney is not okay. Guys, Britney is not okay. Am I crazy to think that? Am I okay? I don't think Britney's okay. 48, 30, Britney, Blake, and Ryan is at 30. Okay. You know these episodes are unhinged when I don't sleep well. I did get a little sleep. Okay. Obviously, as you guys know, we really, really fought. When I say we, I wasn't one of them, but a lot of people really fought for the Free Britney movement. I'm glad that she did get out of her conservatorship if that was the right thing for her, but I don't think it was the right thing for her. I'm just going to be 100% honest. And I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know the details, but you guys, it doesn't feel right to watch what's happening with her on social media. After following this Kelley Wolf story and seeing what's going on there and just mental illness in general, I just don't think that she's doing good. And if you think that that's doing good, what's happening with Britney Spears, I don't think that then maybe we're all not doing good. If Britney Spears is doing okay, then I'm not doing okay. You know what I mean? If she's the poster board for okay, then you should do a Justice for Donna. Then you should do a Free Donna movement. You know what I mean? it can't end well with Britney. Yes, exactly. Mom says it right. Like, what's the end goal here? Where are we going? So Britney Spears, and like Page Six is reporting on it, and a bunch of people are reporting on it. But I found a Daily Mail article that is like, it's like a exclusive, so you have to be part of the paid, like subscription only version. And luckily for you guys, I do that for you. So we will go through this little article here. It ain't good. It ain't good. And the biggest part about it is the state of her home. Now, according to Daily Mail, let's go through this article. Make it a little bigger. It says Britney Spears is having an episode. Her mansion is smeared in dog poop. Her family is terrified, and friends dare to say the worst. She is not functioning like an adult, and she is having an erratic home life in a messy mansion. She has now fresh concern on multiple occasions. Obviously, we've seen many, many, many bizarre social media posts, but this is really, really, it's gotten really bad in the last few days. They've seen this over and over, but the house, you guys, the house is the biggest sign for me of like bad. She doesn't clean up after the dogs. She doesn't have someone there cleaning every day, and she isn't functioning like an adult would function. You guys have to remember, she's my age, okay? She's 43, I'm 44. So she's my age. She has money like beyond. And what is going on behind her in the videos is really, really terrifying in terms of like just the state of her home. Remember, she's been free for 4 years. She was with Sam for a while. Obviously, he is not with her anymore. But it says as much as they want to help her, no one can really do if anyone sounds the alarm, the Free Britney people will come back into the situation. So it's a currently no win situation with her, because the people close to her don't want to step on any toes or say anything, as they don't want to be out of her life. This is the problem with these people with this kind of situation. It's like you want to help her because you don't want her to push you away. I think it's probably similar with people that are close to anyone like this. It's like you don't want them to push you out of their life, so you want to help them, but then you're kind of enabling them, and it's a problem, you know? Everyone sees the same thing from fans to friends, but there isn't anything that can be done to move forward, and it just ends up being a never-ending circle. She doesn't look well. No one can deny that. That does not look well. For Britney Spears, I want you to look at the state of her home. And this is not shaming. This is public on her feed. Okay. I'm just saying, look at the state of her home. As someone who has a beautiful, large mansion, I want you to understand that we have multiple pieces of dog poop on the floor everywhere. We have clothes everywhere. It ain't good, y'all. It ain't good. Voice changes, accents, clothes all over the place, random trash on the floor. It says she's not at all worried about how she acts. She thinks she is normal. She's very sweet and likes her freedom now. She's not crying at home. She's doing her thing. She thinks she's doing fine. Spears sparked mental health crisis concerns in May of last year at the Chateau Marmont, as shocking photos showed the star being escorted out to emergency services while barefoot and wrapped in a blanket. She was seen clad in her underwear, clutching a pillow and appearing distressed. She had abrasions on her knees and appeared to be topless. This is an old photo. This photo here is from 2006. You guys remember she was recently in that plane, smoking a cigarette on that plane, and everyone was like, no, you can't smoke on planes. This is her in her house dancing with those knives recently. You guys remember, and that was like that story was popular. This is her on a public beach, completely naked. It's getting a little bit, I mean, I don't want to say it's getting a little bit bad. I think that it's been progressively bad. And I don't know if everyone just doesn't really, this is the cover of Page 6 today. I don't know if everyone just kind of doesn't really want to do anything about it because it's like we've been down this road before. But this is where it gets really sad when you finally get to a place with someone where you've like, there was a reason she had a conservatorship. And I imagine like, I this is not a judgment or anything on her dad because I don't think her dad was like a great guy either. But there's a reason that people are in those states. And I think there's a lot of people out there that just wanted to, I'm not blaming the Free Britney movement, but it's kind of crazy how people felt like they knew her better than maybe those people close to her. And I think the people closest to her probably knew the real Britney. And they knew that she really did need to be watched. Like they knew that Britney needed to be seen, like to be taken care of. Now, this is going to be probably a little bit of a controversial situation because I don't know all the details. I don't know. It's concerning. It's definitely concerning. And if you go and watch her stories and her latest posts, it's bad. It's bad. So what do you do about this? I mean, this is kind of tying into the Kelley Wolf situation. What do you do about adults who are struggling? Now, the conservatorship apparently, and I'd have to go back and really rewatch these documentaries and stuff because I don't know all the details off the top of my head. But Christina says they took advantage of her in the conservatorship. Maybe if they hadn't abused her in that, then it would have been a good thing. So I do need to go back and read that. Is that like a financial abuse, not actual abuse, right? It was like a financial taking advantage of her, correct? Or like they made her work when she wasn't feeling good. Wasn't it that? That was what it was. It's very tough. Very, very tough. Again, yeah, they forced her to work and took her money, Josh says. She was forced to be on drugs for over 20 years and work. Oh, yeah, it's real bad. Real bad. Real bad. Okay. I really hope that like that can be fixed because that is not going to end well. There's no way those things end well. Exactly. No way those things end well. Let's finish it with one last story, you guys. I am so interested in this story, the Paula Deen story, because is anyone else like me that used to love Paula Deen before this crazy, like, I used to love the Food Network. Anyone else? I was a huge, huge Food Network obsessed person like 10, 15 years ago. I used to watch the Paula Deen. I used to watch Iron Chef. I used to watch Rachel Ray. I used to watch 30-Minute Meals, all those. I used to watch Bobby Flay, Anthony Bourdain, like all of those shows. Like I was obsessed with the Food Network. And Justice for Eugene. We're just going to say that throughout the shows every day, all the time. Loved. So Paula Deen and her sons, like they just seemed so cute to me all the time. And then of course she had that crazy, it came out like, and I want to go back and watch, I believe there's this new documentary that we're going to cover right now, but I want to go back and watch everything because it's so interesting to me to see how this downfall happened because Paula Deen was freaking problematic. Clearly she had like some major issues here. And she definitely was not, she definitely lost it all. This is the story. Paula Deen claims she lost it all after the N-word controversy in a tense interview amid her documentary premiere. So there's a new interview on Sunday on The Hollywood Reporter. So I need to watch this interview. I just saw this article on Daily Mail. So we need to watch the interview and I'll watch it and then I'll post about it later. But it says, Paula Deen claims she lost it all after the N-word controversy. That disgraced TV chef struck a defiant tone as she looked back on her N-word controversy in a new interview on Sunday. She was joined by her sons and business partners, Bobby and Jamie Deen, on Sunday for an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, in which she claims, let me pull it up. Here, let's just watch this. It says, The Hollywood Reporter, Paula Deen, I'm not okay. With a new documentary. Oh my God, do you remember how good looking? Which is the taller brother? Was that Bobby? Which is the taller son? One of them was so cute, I remember feeling. And then the smaller one was like not as cute. That's how I used to feel. With a new documentary premiering at TIFF, the canceled Food Network star has a few things she wants to get off her chest. It says the story of Paula Deen has been known to casual television fans. A rags to riches cooking show star, Deen was at the height of her powers when it all blew up in her face. After building an impossibly large retail, publishing, and cable TV empire, the butter-heavy Southern cooking guru became embroiled in controversy when she told lawyers in a discrimination lawsuit deposition filed by an employee at her brother's restaurant that, yes, of course, she had used the N-word in the past. Before long, her empire had crumbled, with everyone from Walmart to Food Network jumping ship. The racial discrimination part of the lawsuit, which alleged that Deen and her brother Bubba had discriminated against Black employees and made racist comments, was dismissed because the judge said the plaintiff, who was white, had no standing. The rest of the lawsuit, including alleged sexual harassment by Bubba, would end up being withdrawn in what legal experts believe was a settlement. And now at 78, she's back and looking for redemption. She and her two sons and business partners, Jamie and Bobby, participated in a new documentary with Billy Corbin, the veteran director of Cocaine Cowboys, in which she seeks to explain her views and why she feels she got a raw deal, as she alleged that the plaintiff's claims of racist behavior were invented. The movie is called Canceled, The Paula Deen Story, and it had its world premiere at TIFF on Saturday. Wow. Okay, first, before we go through this interview a little bit, what do you guys think? Wow. I mean, I'm very, very interested to hear more about it, but like, interesting. Bobby says he was not excited about doing this movie at all. He said people have already made up their minds about them. He didn't think that there was a reason to do this movie and try to convince them, but Paula really wanted to do it. She said, son, should I try to do her accent? Son, this is something that ate at my gut every day. I would have been fine had the whole story been told, had the real story been told. They took this woman who is a known liar. They took her word and ran with it, and no one ever investigated any further. I was not going to be happy until the world saw the truth. How was that? No? Was that not good? And then it says, and you felt that from 2013 until now that the story hasn't gotten out. She said, I forever had my antennas up looking for the right people. I had gotten a couple of documentary offers before, but they were not who I wanted to be associated with. They didn't have the clout that I felt this film deserved. When I was told that we were trying to get Billy as a director, we were so excited. Bobby says there is a ton of risk here. Like, he's really worried about the risk. And then Paula goes, well, we lost it all. And Bobby goes, Mom, I'm sorry to correct you. We have not lost it all. Our family is intact. We're alive. This was 2013, a long time ago, and our beautiful business has thrived and survived this whole time. We have beautiful families. We have far from lost everything, far from it. Son, when I say I have lost everything within 24 hours, I lost every job I had. Food Network was first to jump off, then Walmart, Target. It was just everybody. Oh, I'm aware, Bobby says. And then they say, are you guys okay with this act? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Miranda says, I'm here for these impressions. Yes, date night. All of a sudden, Britney Cartwright joined the party. Britney Cartwright should be in this family. Okay, then Hollywood Reporter goes, seeing those friends and allies leave must have been heart-wrenching. Heart-wrenching! Because those people knew me, but they weren't willing to book the ink. They're also not your friends, he says. I'll tell you what. Somebody showed me how to get to Facebook because I'm computer illiterate, which is probably good because if I don't see it, it can't bother me. Well, I can only imagine how hard it was to lose those partnerships, but also I think a lot of people from the outside would look at this and agree with Bobby that you're doing okay, all in all. I'm not okay in here. Points to chest. I'm not okay in here until both sides get out the whole entire dirty truth. Jamie, how do you feel about the product? Well, I come from a different angle than my brother. I mean, it was terrible, and I don't want to redo it anymore. It was the hardest thing ever, but I'm here for Mom. That's it. Mom feels like this is an opportunity, and my prayer is she will get what she needs from this. I kind of want my soul back. I don't know if she will get it back, and I told her that. I told her, I don't know if you're going to get what you want out of this, Mama, but if you want to try, I'm going to try. When Billy became tied to the project, I was ecstatic for Mom. I said, Billy is your guy. Billy smells bullshit from 1,000 miles away. And he told us day one, if you tell us the truth, everything's going to be great. I gave him 2 videotapes with no idea what was on it. They're over 25 years old. I said, here, use anything on it that you want. I trust him. And that's why we're here, Jamie says. And now, Paula, you've issued that video apology not long after the controversy came to light. I mean, how did that? They made me. They brought me to New York. Those two men, I couldn't tell you who they were. Let's straighten this up, Mom. Nobody made you apologize, okay? The parameters they put you under, this team that you had up there, it was 2 men, and it was a big, big, tall building in Manhattan. How tall was it, Mama? It was so tall. Not a good place for truth, those skyscrapers. No! And they took me upstairs and they introduced me to those 2 men and they said, you need to put out an apology. And I said, well, what am I apologizing for? What am I supposed to be sorry about? I told the truth at that deposition. And they said, oh, you have done something wrong. Now come on in this room and sit down and do a heartfelt apology. So I tried. They were not supposed to release it until my team had approved it. I couldn't approve walking across the street. I was broken. I was totally broken, so I tried to do another one, and they said, I guess that's the best we're going to get from you, because I didn't know what I was supposed to be apologizing for being truthful when the other side had lied. Okay, are we done? How many people have I lost in the last few minutes? Casey says first timer here. She's going to be like last timer here. Should I keep going? Just tell me, should I keep going? You guys keep going. Okay. I don't know. I just got a text from Lance and I'm wondering if he's like, I'm watching your show. You got to stop. Okay. They asked me a question at the deposition. This group of attorneys from an established, well-thought-up firm, they were horrible. Horrible. The lawyer sitting there with me never opened his mouth, not one time. So when they asked that question about the N-word, I said, yes, of course. I'm 65 years old and raised in the South. I said, yes, of course. But that word has been out of the vocabulary now for a long time. And I said, you can ask my oldest grandchild. You could say that word to him and he would ask what it meant and not have a clue. My daddy taught me when I was a teenager. He told me, I don't ever want to hear you being mean or rude to anyone. That's how I was raised. And then they said, well, many people who will know you say you don't have hate in your heart, but do you understand from the other side how some people might be uncomfortable about someone who is so direct about the usage of that word? Does that make sense to you? Or is that something you still quite don't get? Oh, no, I got that. Because the word always kind of made me shiver. But there was a time that the Black community was changing its name. First, it started out as Negro and then Black. And then, I don't know, there were many, many words. But that one word, it made my skin crawl. It was just so far from who I am, so far. And I have many Black friends. many Black friends that I love very much, and they love me. Did you talk to them when this was all going on? I don't remember. All of a sudden, my team was gone and my agent was gone, and they brought in these people. I don't know who they were. One crisis manager had told them that I'd done something very bad. If you were giving the deposition again now, would you do anything differently? Yes. Yes, I would. I'd get an attorney who had a tongue. Okay, but if you had the same attorney and got the same question, would you say yes, of course? Or would you lie about it? You know, somebody told me there are words I don't recall. Okay, a dodge. I suppose that would have been an option. I guess what a lot of readers want to know if you wish we would have done anything differently. My heavens, yes. In what regards? It was funny. I came home from work one day and there were 5 lawyers standing in my kitchen. I said, "What are y'all doing here?" They were all very somber and laid out the suit against me. And I read it and I said, "I never said those words in my whole life." I said, "This is bullshit." And I give it back to them and I said, "I'm not paying that woman for a bunch of lies." If I had someone with a brain in my ear saying, "Paula, you need to look at this as a business decision," I had no one doing it. Finally, I want to ask you about the idea of cancellation. Does it feel fair, the consequences, especially given that some people have come back? Is this movie about being uncanceled? Well, they chose the ones that they want to forgive. I think it just depends on who's got an axe to grind and who's jealous. Martha Stewart, what she was accused of was illegal. She went to prison, yet she came back and is as successful as ever. Bobby Dean says, by me, it's not an attempt as to wash it away. I mean, certain opportunities go away after something like this, but you aren't ever really canceled. All I want is the whole story out. That's all I want. And scene. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Guys, that was hard. That was hard. And I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I don't know about that movie. I don't know if Paula Deen's coming off very likable. I think she should have just said, "I'm sorry." Right? Like, just say, "I'm sorry for using that word." Guys, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and please don't embarrass me so much in the comments. I appreciate you guys. I love you very much. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on Tuesday. Love you. Bye.